Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Today we'll be making this little basket. It's perfect for just a few little Easter treats, a gift, and I think what we're going to do today is we'll make a basket that one could use for a Mother's Day gift or any little spring party favor you might have coming up. So let's get started. Start with a piece of cardstock that's 7 3/4 by 4 3/4, and you go ahead and score it at 1.5 inches on every side. So you score again at 1.5 inches all the way around. So I did that already with all 4 sides. And taking your scissors, I just use scissors. Some people like to use their cutting tool. But I just take the scissors then, and you want to cut inward at the long end towards. And then I've already done that. And so you have this look to your box base. And you probably would want to use some sticky strip, but for today I'm just going to use snail adhesive. And actually I want to think about this a little bit. I always like to use the inside flap on the short end. I've already got some on here, but I'm going to come back and put that here and try to make sure I don't get it put down. Yeah, that could be disastrous. Snail adhesive is really nice and sticky. And then you just bring your flaps on the inside. And like I said, that's why I like to have the snail adhesive or the sticky strip on the inside. And then that forms your little box base. And I'm using the Polka Dot Rich Razzleberry ribbon. If you wanted to and you had the longer paper, if you had a 15-inch paper, you could wrap that all the way around. I'm going to choose just to do, just to put on the polka dot ribbon. I think it's really pretty. So I'm going to use the snail adhesive, just apply it just directly on the back of my ribbon. And again, I think I cut this at 16, but you can get closer to the 15 if you want. So I'll go ahead and wrap that all the way around. And if you wanted to, you could snip it off there, but I've already got it cut, so I'll just keep it there. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but I obviously didn't have my paper cut just exactly perfect, or perhaps scored it just right. You know, you can just come back in with your scissors and just kind of trim that up a little bit if you want. No one will even know. Okay, so to make the handle and attach that onto the basket, I'm going to need a strip of, this is 1 inch by 11, and then what I did is I just used the scallop punch that's still free right now in the Celebration catalog, and I made, and this was a 1 inch by 11 inch piece of Whisper White that I just scallop punched on either edge. You can use that technique, or if you would want to, instead of you know, using the 1 inch Whisper White and scallop, if you just wanted to come in with another piece of pattern paper like here, you would take a 7/8 by 11 piece of paper and adhere it down the middle. Again, that's what that looks like. And I'm going to use my Mat Pat here, and go ahead and I'll get that punched in there and put a brad in. And you may even want to go ahead and get a slightly bigger brad than what I have. I think like on the other one I had a little larger brad and it probably worked better, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the smaller one for this demonstration. Okay, So that's one way that you can use the Matte Pack as a piercing tool. And I'm not going to open those right now. Okay, I'm going to take my Crop-A-Dile. You could also use other things, I suppose. And I'm using the smaller punch because I have the smaller, the brads in right now. And I've got the setting set at a 1/2 inch. That will give me a consistent place of where this is coming in. And I'm just going to eyeball about where the center is. And that'll make that hole. And come in on the other side. Okay. So got my brad ready to go and my handle. Open that up. You could use the Crop-A-Dile the whole way too. And guys, one of the things that I learned with my first one that I practiced on, there is my instructions that I had for this, and I'll give credit to who's the designer of this little box here on my website, but they had called for adhering down the top piece, and when I did that, I found I had a couple of buckle spots, and because you're using the brad and you're anchoring it, you really don't need to have necessarily adhere it. It's going to have enough support as it is. Isn't this turning out very, very, very cute? I told you guys I would be using my Flight of the Butterfly set, and out of that one I'm using this little polka dot one. I thought it went well and coordinated well with the polka dot ribbon on here. And so, taking my Whisper White and got my Rich Razzleberry ink. Just ink up my butterfly. And taking the butterfly punch, come in here, try to get some of his antenna on it, and punch that out. Take my dauber and come in, and I'm going to ink the edges. Okay, so I've got my two little butterflies here, and I'm really only going to use just the one of them though. I'm going to take dimensional and put him right here. I really like using the two colors on this one. Of course, you could have a little sayings like Happy Mother's Day, or you know, whatever your little sentiment is. But isn't that a cute little box? So I hope you enjoy making them too. Again, check out my blog site. I'll have the instructions on there for you to see. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.